Hey everyone, Jennifer here. Welcome to the Family Fudge and welcome to part 2 of our back to school series. In last week's video, I shared with you our huge back to school haul, but in today's video, I'm super excited because I'm going to be taking you along with me as I give each of my kids' desk area a makeover. Now, before we get started, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you love school supplies and organization. And don't forget to hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already. Now, for these desk spaces, it's really my goal to create fun but functional spaces. I want these areas to be cozy and comfortable for my kids. I think that's going to make studying time a lot more enjoyable. And I also want each of my kids' desk areas to kind of reflect their personality. Before I can start bringing in all of the new school supplies, we're going to need to take out and go through all the stuff from last year. First, we're going to take everything off of the top. We're going to take everything out of all of the drawers. Next, we have some cleaning to do. I'm not quite sure how the inside of the drawers get so cruddy, but they definitely are, so we're going to wipe them out. We're also going to wipe down the tops of each of the desks as best as we can. And then finally, we're also going to need to do quite a lot of vacuuming. So now that I essentially have 4 blank slates, I'm going to go ahead and take over. I'm going to go ahead and set up everything for my kids because that's kind of my favorite part. I love getting everything organized and then they're going to see the final product. I am going to be making over 4 different desks today, but I'm just going to work on one desk at a time, starting with Mackenzie's desk. But as I'm working, I do need a drink buddy. The first thing I'm going to add to Mackenzie's desk is this really pretty desk protector. Now this is something I didn't have in last week's haul, but I did end up getting one for each of my kids because I really want to protect these desks. Right on top of here, I'm adding the computer stand. My kids all have a couple of online classes this year, so they use computers, they also use tablets. And especially when using a tablet, these computer stands are awesome. It brings them up a little bit higher so they don't have to strain their neck if they're sitting there for a while. Because this isn't the biggest desk, I am going to go ahead and hang up Kenzie's headphones. I'm just using a command hook to do this. That way when she's not using these, they can be up and out of the way. And I'm also going to be adding this clipboard to a command hook as well. This is where Mackenzie is going to be hanging up her schedule and her chore list. That way she can see it and hopefully get them all done. Above the desk on the wall, Mackenzie has plenty of space to hang up pictures. And this is something that she's been wanting to change out for a while. These totally fit her vibe and her style. So she picked out a couple of her favorites and I'm just going to hang them up right here. In this area, I'm also going to be adding some of this faux ivy. I know this is so trendy right now. And I really love the combination of both of these. I think she's going to love it. Moving on to the desk drawers. Instead of using a lot of little containers to organize all of the items, I picked up these drawer organizers at IKEA. I got one for all of the kids. I also got some for my desk as well. I love that this is one big piece with lots of different compartments to hold lots of different things. Now, most of these things I showed you in our haul video, but I did add a couple of extras in here. I added a reading light, a calculator, a poppet, and an adorable cactus squishy. And just like that, it's time for a snack. For Jackson's desk, I'm starting off with that protective mat, just like I got for Mackenzie. But of course for Jackson, I went with the green color. This totally matches his room. Next, I'm gonna add a computer stand. This is going to be perfect for Jackson's laptop. And you guys, this is also just like Mackenzie's. It's the same height and everything. And even though Jackson is 2 years younger than Mackenzie, they're almost exactly the same height. In fact, sometimes they kind of look like twins. Now, to organize Jackson's pencils and pens, I was planning on using this guy right here, but instead I decided to swap it out with this one. This one is a lot like the one Mackenzie has, except that hers is wood. I definitely think this one fits better on the desktop, and I like that this one has little compartments to keep everything organized. Now, down in the big desk drawer, you'll see I've added all of Jackson's other school supplies, but I also added him a few extras that I know he's going to love. Moving on to Lily's desk area. For her, I decided to go with a purple desk pad. Lily loves all things purple and pink, and she also loves pandas. So you're going to be seeing a lot of those in this area. Next, I'm going to add her computer stand. And you guys, while I'm working on Lily's desk, I decided I needed something to listen to. I decided to go with one of my favorite audiobooks. You guys will have to let me know in the comments down below if you've ever listened or read this book before. And you guys, just like the big kids, Lily also got her own headphones. She has a clipboard for her schedule and her chores. Above her desk, I've left her plenty of space to hang up some new artwork. Art is Lily's favorite subject, so I know she's going to be making a lot this year. And you guys, speaking of art, one of the things that Lily asked for was a nicer set of colored pencils. She uses them a lot, so I got her these ones. And I actually ordered a special organizer for these, but I'm still waiting for them to come in the mail. Uh-oh. Next to Lily's desk, we're also going to be adding our freshly restocked art cart. Now this is something that we usually keep in Lily's room since she uses these items most often, but definitely all of the kids are welcome to use these items. But if we're doing a big art project or we're working on a project all together, we actually do that at the dining room table. So it's kind of like a second school area for all of the kids. It's great that this art cart is on wheels so we can easily move it downstairs. In this area, we also have our tablet and computer turn-in station. This is where the kids can turn them in when they're done with school, and that way they don't have the computers and tablets in their room all day. Now we just have one more desk to go, but I'm definitely gonna need a refill. For Griffin's desk, I got him the blue desk protector. We recently gave Griffin a London-inspired room makeover, so you're going to be seeing that theme in the desk area as well. Now originally I wasn't planning to get Griffin a mouse or a mouse pad since he doesn't spend as much time on the computer doing schoolwork as the older kids do. Since I got them for all of the other kids, I decided to get him some too. And you guys, the mouse pad was kind of a hard decision. Would you check out this adorable mouse? It looks exactly like a car. The little headlights even light up when you click the buttons. Now, if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.